Hi everybody, it's Joey. Sorry. It's Joey and I'm here to do a storytime video. So I'm going to film two different videos tonight. I already filmed the storytime video, part one of this story. Now I'm going to film part two. Now I'm going to film part two. So, but first things first, a couple things. Morphe lip gloss in the shade Flower Crown. This is their lip gloss. I went to the Morphe store yesterday. I have it on my lips now over the Mannequin liquid lip. I have to be honest with you. This is a nude gloss. I needed a new nude gloss. I just love nude glosses. This one, not gonna lie, I think it's my favorite gloss. I think it's better than most of the Kylie glosses I've ever owned. And I'll tell you why. This is non-sticky. This is very moisturizing. Feels like there's nothing on my lips. And with glosses, I think this is the first gloss that's ever done this, to be honest with you. It's Morphe, which I was very surprised about. This was only $8. Only $8 at the Morphe store. This gloss is extremely buttery, extremely pigmented, extremely glossy, extremely shiny, non-sticky, all the above, right? The only thing I can say, I mean, it's buildable. It is very shiny, but with two coats is like this, like what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Which is really shiny. So two coats would do it. You could get it with one coat, but two coats is great. And what I like about this is it is buildable. And all the Kylie glosses, and not even just Kylie glosses, but glosses in general that I've tried are not buildable. They get clumpy on the lips if you apply another layer. This does not. So I know this is not a Morphe lip gloss review, but I had to just throw that out there because it's amazing. Oh wait, no, it goes in here. Where did I put that gloss? It goes there. Okay. So, another thing I wanted to discuss, Jeffree's concealers. It was leaked. Someone stole from his factory. Everyone probably already knows the story. I don't have to repeat it. All I'm gonna say is that it was so messed up, I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. However, the concealers itself, the packaging and the pigmentation that I've seen so far, like, I don't know, the girl that stole the photo or whatever it was, she swatched it on her finger and, very pigmented, so that's really good. And, the packaging's amazing. So I'm hoping the concealers are great. Again, the only product that I've ever disliked at Jeffree Star were the lip liners. Other than that, every other product has been a dream. So I'm hoping the concealers definitely are like that. They probably will be. Yeah, the concealers are coming really soon. But anyways, let's get to the story time. Okay, now I might not mention, okay, now I did part one, right? So part one and part two, the story time that happened in this part happened maybe a month later. A month later after the first part. So the first part was when, who shall not be named attacked me at the front door. Then a month later, this incident happened. Which didn't involve her. This has nothing to do with her. This time it was nothing to do with her. Well, it kind of does. The beginning it does, but then towards the end of the story, it has nothing to do with her. So what happened was they got back home 2 weeks later. 2 weeks after she attacked me, they were staying at my grandparents' house for a couple of weeks, and they came back home. I'm trying to remember if anything happened. Nothing happened. The funny thing about this whole thing is she was still toying with my stuff. Yes, she was. She was moving my peanut butter here and there. Just some petty shit. I ignored it. But, yeah, I found that very, odd that, after all that, she still continued to do that shit. But whatever. I mean, she's 65 going on 5, right? So, okay, so I'm trying to think. I think it was a week or so after they came back home. Ugh. I don't remember. It was like this now, because it was a month after the first incident, but now it was probably a month. This second incident happened a month ago. So I'm still like a little foggy. So What happened was that she obviously knew that I ripped up her wedding pictures, and she was upset with that. I understand. I have no remorse about it though. I could care less, but she was upset about it. I get it. Um, I'm trying to think. So I had pictures of myself. This is her china closet. Just keeping it funky fresh right now, really fresh. This is her china closet. This is not our china closet. This is her china closet. She put the stuff in the china closet. She organized it the way she wanted to organize it. Most of her stuff is in that china closet. This is her china closet. But there are pictures of me, my brother, in the china closet. Okay? So my dad got a gag gift one Christmas. And the gag gift was a bottle of wine that said "The Bastard" on it. Which I probably should have showed you the bottle of wine. I probably should have just came up and showed it to you. But it's just a bottle of wine with "The Bastard." It says "Bastard" on it, right? So she put one of my pictures of myself, it was just me in the picture, in front of the bottle of wine, "The Bastard." So I moved it. I moved the picture. I moved the bottle of wine. I put the bottle of wine in another section of the china closet. But I left the picture there. The next day, I see the bottle of wine next to my picture again, "The Bastard." And I said, that's enough. I said, now I'm taking my pictures out of the china closet. So I took my pictures. I guess she was doing that out of retaliation because I ripped up her wedding pictures and she was trying to be like, I guess, shady or, what's the word, like sneaky about it. So she decided to do that in front of like whatever. But long story short, I removed my goddamn pictures from the china closet. There was some with just me in it, and there was some with me and I don't know. I'm trying to think. Me and my brother or whatever. But whatever picture I was in, I took out of the china closet. I didn't take any other pictures out. There's pictures of my brother, I left, whatever. It was just me. Any pictures of me in it, I don't care if I was standing with the goddamn Easter Bunny. I was gonna remove that picture out of the china closet if I was in it. So I did. I removed all my pictures of myself out of her china closet. Okay? Because first of all, my picture shouldn't even be in her china closet. Why is it there? I'm never in the living room. The china closet's in the living room. I'm never in the living room. Why is my pictures in her china closet? Alright, right, because my dad said it? No, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't want my pictures in her china closet. I don't give a shit. So I took them out, and I didn't like the fact that she was putting it next to that bottle of wine. So I took it out. Anyways, they were in Atlantic City when I did that. But I texted my dad, I said, listen, I took my pictures out of the china closet because she was doing this and the other thing. Of course, he didn't believe me. Draining. But again, I could care less. I don't give a damn if he believes me or not. I just never gonna have those pictures in that china closet again. That's it. I don't care if he believes it or not. It's just never gonna be in there because they're my pictures. So then I think my brother even told him and was like, listen, like, Joe removed the pic, whatever. So we both told him the situation. He gets back home from Atlantic City. They both do. And this is when the story has nothing to do with her and has everything to do with my dad. So now this is all my dad. So she went up to bed. Now this is the thing she does. You guys are about to friggin' laugh, but I don't even care because this shit is hilarious. I don't even know. Like, she sounds like an elephant. An elephant. Like, when she's, like, going up to her bedroom or going like, because she thinks we're going to attack her or something, so she runs into her. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I ignore it. But, it's just a simple fact that you have the nerve to toy with me when you created this whole situation in this house. So you get to plant the seed and create this whole situation in this house and then play victim. I mean, it's so... Oh my god, it's so draining, I'm telling you. Anyways, I laugh at it, girl. I just laugh at it. So, she went up to bed. And normally he follows her. He didn't follow her this time. I thought he did, but he didn't. Half hour later goes by. I decide, I'm hungry. I want to go down to eat. They went up to bed, so no one's down there, so I could go down and eat. Because that's what it is. I don't like going downstairs. You guys know the situation. I don't go downstairs when they're there. That's just the truth. And by the way, my dad put up a curtain. Girl. So he puts up a curtain in between the living room and the door, the front door, right? He puts up the curtain because of what she did. Because basically, I guess I feel that she might do this again. I don't know if he feels this way or he just did it to make me feel comfortable. But he put up a curtain just to try to like block the way so like she wouldn't attack me at the front door. But that curtain can't stop her. If she decides that she wants to attack me at that front door again, that curtain is not going to stop her. First of all, it's a see-through, thin-ass curtain that he got from the Dollar Tree. Like, it's like, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not even like a heavy curtain. Even if I had that curtain in the shower, I wouldn't even want that curtain in the fucking shower, taking a shower, because it's like it's see-through. So, the curtain is really... There's no need for the goddamn curtain, but whatever. He got the curtain, I guess, to make me feel a little more safe going down the stairs out the front door. I don't know. So, so then I came downstairs and he was in the living room. And, he just was like, right off the bat, he started in. He was like, where's the pictures? What the fuck is the pictures? Where the fuck are the pictures? And I ignored him because I knew where it was going. I knew that it was going to a place where he's psychotic and he's going to verbally assault me or attack me or whatever. So I go downstairs. He follows me down the stairs. My only escape was going into the bathroom, and I locked myself in the bathroom because I just like maybe I say if I leave the situation, I go into the bathroom, maybe he'll stop and then go up to bed. Because at this point it's like almost 11 o'clock at night. So I'm like, maybe eventually he'll go to bed. But then I'm thinking he was waiting for me to come down the stairs to like verbally attack me. So I'm like, oh my god. So I don't know if I should tell you everything at this point in the story, just because it does get real, not graphic, but it gets, I don't know, some things that just, you know, you don't want to talk about on camera. So I'm just going to try to do a long story short here. He did keep on banging on the door, screaming, cursing, what have you, and it was over an hour. I was like getting tortured in that bed. It was torturous. I was like getting tortured, all because I removed my pictures from her china closet. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Take a second to even think about that, please. And this is why he got mad at me. Oh my god, I can't. I just can't. But long story short, I guess I will say this part in the story. So he calls up my grandmother while I'm still locked in the bed. I locked myself in the bathroom because I was just like, I didn't want to deal with this. I'm like, hopefully he just eventually goes upstairs. I'm starving. I just want to eat. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want a problem. I didn't want to talk to him. I just wanted to eat. So he calls up my grandmother at 11 o'clock at night. And she's very sick. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. She's been very sick. And she's never going to get better. That's just what it is. So she can barely breathe. And he decides to go... And this is not her mother. This is my mother's mother. It's not even his mother. So he calls out my grandmother. I couldn't even believe it. And then the things he was saying to her was... I'm not going to go into detail, obviously, because a lot of things are just like personal, just too much. But he was just saying things that wasn't the full story. He was like leaving out pieces that made me look like the bad guy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if she was just trying to calm him down. She's like, listen, Joe, calm down. Joe, my dad's name's Joe. Joe, calm down. Like, oh my god, get him out of the house. You know, just trying to calm him down, like, whatever. Because then I spoke to my grandma afterwards. I'm like, why were you, like, siding with him or whatever? But she was just like, listen, I was just trying to calm him down because, you know, he was getting crazy. I was like, I know, Grandma, I know. I understand. So, but in the moment, I got out of the bathroom because I'm like, oh my god, he's got to get off the phone. He's got to get off the phone with my grandmother. He's like getting my grandma really, really upset. It's 11 o'clock at night. She can't breathe. What happens if he really, like, hypes her up? Because she, you know, she also gets like hyper and emotional too when she hears like someone on the other end going crazy. She's also gonna get like, she's just naturally like that. She's very, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. She's like very, emotional? No. Yeah, she's very emotional. Whatever, we'll say that. She's very emotional. So she'll also react. So she's getting very pissed. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe my dad just did this. I can't believe he calls on my grandmother this late an hour, trying to turn her against me, saying things that aren't even half true. And then she's getting so... What I got more pissed about is that he was riling her up and getting her pissed. And she was getting very emotional and very hyper, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna give my grandma a goddamn heart attack. Like, that's how I felt. So I took the phone, I tried talking to her, she just was screaming. I was like, oh my god, like he really got my grandma to this level. I was so pissed. So then I took his phone, I like threw it like again across the room. I said, you know what? Are you kidding me? So then I threw it across the room. And then he got in my face, then I pushed him. It was just like a whole thing. A long story short, he called the police because I threw his phone across the room or whatever. He thought it was broken. It wasn't broken, it was perfectly fine, but he thought it was broken. So he calls the cops on me. Yeah, he called the cops on me. This happened a month ago. Now, mind you, his wife just attacked me physically a month before this. And I didn't call the cops. And I had a big bruise on my name. He calls the cops on me because he thought I broke his phone. Can you believe this? He thought I broke his phone after he called up my sick grandmother and I threw the phone and then he was called the cops on me. Can you believe that? Girl, I'm living in hell. I think, honestly, to be completely real with you, this whole thing was a setup. My dad was trying to instigate me, trying to get a reaction out of me. He was over an hour. I had myself locked in that bathroom. Over an hour. He would not stop screaming, cursing at me, banging on the door, acting like a psycho. Like, I was literally scared. I was scared to death. I was like, I have to like fight back now. I have to like defend myself. So that's what I did. And then when he called up my grandma, I said, now he's really, really, really taking things too far. Like, honestly. Like, he should have, if he was going to call up anyone, he should have called up his parents. Why didn't you call up your parents? Why did you have to call up my mother's mother, my grandmother? Anyways, long story short, I think the reason why he does this and acts like this is to show his wife that he's sticking up for her. Listen, look at me. I'm a good husband. I'm sticking up for you. I have your back. And listen, and I would tell her this to her face. I don't know if you think he's a prize, or if you were doing this to try to prove a point that he loves you more, or you're so desirable that he wants to stay married to you throughout everything you've done to me. But you can have him, sweetheart. You can have him. I told my dad, I said, you deserve her. He goes, thank you. I said, you're welcome. You deserve her. You both deserve each other. Honestly. So, I don't really care. He made his bed. He has to lie in it. If that's what he wants to sleep next to her every night for the rest of his life, God bless him. If he doesn't give a shit, then God bless. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I would say this to her, you can have him. He's not a prize. He's not a prize. I'm giving him to you. I'm handing him to you on a plate. On a golden plate. You can have him. I don't want him. I don't want my father. If she was trying to fight to get him, she has him. She won then because I don't want him. So, there it is. So, listen. The whole thing's crazy. The cops did come, they were just talking, they were really, really nice. Most cops, are nice, but they were really nice. In fact, like, we were just talking as if we were, like, best friends for years. Like, I literally was like, oh my god, I thought we were gonna get coffee and donuts afterwards. Like, that's how I thought. I'm like, oh my god, we're literally about to go out and, like, get some donuts. Because, cops love donuts and coffee. I don't know why, whatever. I don't even know why cops love Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts is the shit. But there's always I think because Dunkin' Donuts is open 24/7 and cops basically work 24/7 on the clock, Anyways. So, so that's that. That's that. That's that story. Afterwards, I think a couple weeks later, he wanted to talk to me. I spoke to him. But I basically told him in the conversation that you're pretty much dead to me. After you called the cops on me, after everything that your wife has put me through, and after everything you put me through, and I haven't called the cops once, but you called the cops on me after you called up my sick grandmother, instigating me to the point where I threw your phone across the room because you called up my sick grandmother, that's when I had it. I just had it. He is completely dead to me. As I said, when I leave this house, I'm never going to look back. Okay, and that's the truth. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's the whole story. I promise you, hand to God, that's exactly what happened. Everything. So sign up down below. Tell me what you guys think. I don't like talking about personal things, but at the end of the day, this is my life. I have the right to talk about it whenever I want to talk about it, whoever I want to talk about it to, if I talk about it to a priest, if I talk about it to the President of the United States, it doesn't matter. It's my feelings, it's my story, I get to tell it. This happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I got attacked. I'm the one that got provoked and attacked beyond measure in this house. So I get to tell my piece now. I get to say my piece. Because I've been through a lot in this house. I've been through enough that I deserve to at least speak my mind and just put it out there. And the reason why I'm really, 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 really doing this and telling the story on camera is because I feel like I'm going to not save someone's life, but I feel like I'm going to... People can relate. There's a lot of step-parents out there that act like this. And I know friends that have step-parents like this. And they come to me and they talk to me about it all the time. And this is the thing, like, this is not like every situation. There are step-parents that are amazing. And if you do have a step-parent that's amazing, then you're very lucky. But the ones that don't, and that are in my situation, that have been in my situation, and probably are going to be in my situation, it's a long road. It's a long road. And I want me to be the inspiration for you guys and light for you guys, that even though you're living with this person out of default, you're not their blood, you're not nothing. Whenever you eventually do leave that house, no matter what age you are, if you're a child, if you're a kid, or whenever you grow up, and you do leave that house, even now, like, I feel like, oh man, like, am I ever gonna get out of here? But there is an inkling that I'm like, I'm saving up money, I will leave. But, listen, I can be that inspiration and that light at the end of the tunnel for some people. There's probably some kids now struggling with step-parents, maybe watching this video and being like, oh my god, like, I can relate. I'm going through this too. And this is not a Cinderella story. This is not nothing like, this is real life. I'm telling you a real life story. You get what I'm saying? So, forget what you heard about in Cinderella. Forget what you saw in The Parent Trap. Like, this is real life. This is what's going on. This is not the movies. This is reality. And people think that evil step-parents are made for villains in movies or whatever, but it's not. This isn't a fairy tale. Like, they really do exist, is what I'm trying to say. So, listen, I love you guys. I'm done. This is the part 2 of the story time. I actually have a third part to this story time. The third part is I think it's the worst part of them all, because it's actually very sad, because I feel like the third part is going to be, if I decide to share it, because the third part I think is going to be the most hard for me to talk about. So if I do talk about the third part, just buckle up, because the third part, it does get very, very emotional and just sad. So, stay tuned for the third. I mean, I may not talk about the third part. I have to think about it. But just know that the first part's going up soon, and this is the second part. I'm probably going to name this Living in Hell, because, I mean, it's the truth. Alright, so I love you guys. Hope you guys have a good night. Yeah, I'm probably gonna film another video. I'm gonna see how long this is. If this isn't that long, I might film another video. If not, then I'll film the other video, I don't know, Wednesday or something. Alright, I love you guys. Bye.